wise in your own conceits, man. The scripture, give me Romans 10. It says, Israel, they follow after their own righteousness, man.
Yeah, I've got that already.
Well, that guy was as mad. The scriptures talk about mindless babbling of a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The scriptures depart from a fool with mindless babbling. You just like. Oh, that guy thought he was cool. He's like, go on.
On the top?
Yeah, go on.
Let me just get it.
That nigga, man. There's more hope of a fool. There's more hope of a fool, man.
But they all claim that they read the scriptures. But when it comes to understanding the scriptures, there is no understanding.
Yeah.
Well, Romans 10:1 it says, Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved.
Yeah, exactly. That's my heart's desire. When I saw him, I said, brother, I would kiss thee without, and I hope that thou would be like me. Songs of Solomon. So it says, hold on, bear with me for a second. This is Song of Solomon. Solomon's Song 8 verse 1. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother. When I should find thee without, I would kiss thee. Yea, I should not be despised. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house. You would instruct me. I will cause thee to drink of spiced wine and the juice of my pomegranate. Let me read that again. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother. So I wish that you be like me, man. Sucking the breast of this milk, drinking his wisdom. Scripture says, as sincere babes desire the sincere word, man, that you may grow thereby. That's when you see brothers walk out, you wish that a guy would come out of the world like this guy and start prophesying with us, man. It says, when I should find thee without, I will kiss thee. So he was without. He didn't have no wisdom or knowledge. I'll find thee without. I will kiss thee. Yeah, I should not be despised. We were trying to kiss him. No homo, of course. We're trying to give him this knowledge. That's us kissing. No homo. That's us kissing a brother, man. You know what I mean? A holy kiss. By giving him this holy word. That's love. When you kiss on me, that's a sign of that affection. That's love. You know what I mean? So that's charity, man. You try to bring a brother over and say, listen, you don't want your money. I don't want your money. That's like if you got time for the guys, you want your time. You want your time, man. You got time? You got time? See? You got no time.
Time is commodity.
You ain't got no time.
But he got offended at the word, man. He got offended.
I just told him he's got to listen to me. And he said, oh, that's rude, man. That's rude. Because he said, I got to listen to you. I said, yeah, we're the teachers. We're trying to bring you into our mother's house, man. They said, I would kiss thee. Yea, I should not be despised. And he despised us. He despised it, man. Because I didn't want to be rude to the brother, because I could see, you know, it's love, you know, we're trying to dish it out, we're trying to chop it up and stuff. But ultimately, he is supposed to listen. The scripture says, be more willing to hear. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I said, I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, who would instruct me. So we was trying to instruct him in the ways of Yahweh that would ultimately save his soul, man. But this nigga talking about love. You know? It says, I will cause thee to drink of spiced wine and the juice of my pomegranate. So this is the juice of the pomegranate, man. That's what I'm saying. This wisdom is likened to wine, juice, fruit juice, man. Pomegranate, that's juice, that's fruit, man. You know? Go please something up.
Romans 10:2 says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge.
They have a zeal, but no, that's why you had that wisdom guy, that old wisdom guy, so you want to say something to me. I said, man, I'm talking to this guy, man. I'm talking to him. And he tried to talk to you, and I said, bro, don't talk to him. I could tell that he had that Muslim spirit, man. And I said, you're a Muslim. And he started talking shit against the spirit, man. That won't be forgiven to him, you know, because he's talking shit against the spirit. What did it say?
It says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge.
But not according to knowledge. That's why I said, I will lead thee and instruct thee. Because you don't have the knowledge, man. And that's something that Jake get offended by when we tell him, listen, man, you don't know nothing. You get emotional, man. Like that guy, he got sensitive and he walked his ass down the road. Because simply because I told him that he got to listen to us. Imagine that, a nigga's so emotional that you can't even tell a nigga, listen, you got to listen to me. Every time I say something to the guy, he's trying to back me. That's what I'm saying. A nigga can't take advice from another black man, another so-called black man.
Basically,
can't take it.
You rebuked him and he couldn't handle it.
Couldn't do it.
It wasn't even a rebuke, really.
What even a rebuke?
You told the man what? That we don't have to listen to him. Because if we had to listen to him, he'd be
I tried to call him over because I told him I was trying to help him understand what we're about. And how the hell can he understand if he's always talking, man? Like these Jakes, man. Look at these Jakes. Look at these Jakes. You would wish that they would come onto this truth, man. And we would kiss them with this knowledge. But the Most has got an elect. And he's blind. That guy, he was blinded. You should just talk about the sower that soweth the word. But Satan took. That's what happened, man. Go more. Read.
Verse Romans 10:3 says, for they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness, they're going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
Right, because you Jakes, you talk about your woman and not submitting to you. And it's frustrating for you niggas, man. When you have a woman that is not following your lead, she's not submitting to you. Every so-called black man can give an account of they deal with a woman that doesn't want to submit, man. And it's frustrating as a so-called black man. There's a girl you like and she don't want to see eye to eye with you. And she's got her own opinion and things. And she basically telling you my way or the highway. She doesn't want to submit. She's taking like a masculine energy to the so-called relationship. Well, the scriptures say that's the exact same attitude that you niggas got, man. The Most High is trying to instruct you, and you don't want to submit yourselves to the instruction of Yahweh B'Shem Shai.
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets.
Exactly. What am I doing right now? Am I not uttering my voice? Am I not crying without? Go ahead.
It says, she crieth in the chief places of concourse.
The chief places of concourse. What are people doing right now? Look at the people. Buying shit. Look at what the people are buying. Sainsbury's. Hustle and bustle of the people, even in lockdown. Even in lockdown, people are still buying things. The chief place of business. Because the Most High is doing his business right here. This is a business within a business. See, Esau got his business, but then this is the Most High's business. So what did Yahweh say? I must be about my Father's business. To occupy till the good man of the house come back. So we are about our Father's business right now. Trying to get other, because the scripture said the laborers are few. There ain't much men out here laboring. We're trying to get a brother and kiss him with his truth and help tell him to help us with the plow, man. But this nigga said, I ain't doing with that, man. I gotta tend to my woman, or you got some excuse. But then he's not gonna taste of that supper. That nigga, man. Yo, he's gonna taste of the second death. And that goes for all you so-called black people and Native American people. You walk past the camp and pay no mind to the prophets. You pay no mind to us.
It's Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction,
See?
and haughty spirit before a fall.
See that? Pride. The scripture said, because of pride, the city shall be cast down. Because of pride. You know why? Because the Most High called and none did answer. Because of pride. Because you don't want to submit. When a man don't want to submit, that's because you got pride in you. You think you something. You think you someone. You think you got the answers. You think you got the truth. You think you the man. You think you know what you're doing. But what did Yahweh Shai say? It said you gotta forsake your way, man. You gotta get rid of that pride, man. It wasn't made for man.
Wait. I was gonna say, I noticed that guy said as well, when you're saying you've got to come out the Bible, you're saying, I overstand that. I overstand that. Now when someone says they overstand, it's a very powerful thing to say.
Understand?
Yeah, like I overstand the
I mean,
Bible.
he even said that, so that he knows the Bible, he knows that. No, you don't, man. If you knew the Lord's will, how ought ye to be? Nigga talk about, yeah, man. Yeah. Who's doing all of that, man?
Yeah, all that jellyback shit.
Yeah. I mean, I love for the bro, because, you know, he isn't that. But the things that was coming out of his mouth was just yeah. But there's a I want to get that.
Saying he overstands. That means he has the full 100 complete. more than the elders and apostles have of the scriptures, man.
Where's that precept, man? Talking about a man, a fool, man, is just talking bare shit.
So probably Proverbs.
There's another quick precept for him as well.
Hold on.
Proverbs 27 and 5 says, open rebuke is better than
I was about to read. That's I was about to read that. I was literally just about to read that. Read it.
Right, Proverbs 27 and 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
See that? So open rebuke. He's trying to say I'm disrespecting, right? Bro, there's a difference between disrespect, and rebuke. There's a difference between disrespect and rebuke. When you disrespecting somebody, it's like you don't have no respect for them. That's why it's called disrespect. But then when it's rebuke now, we're basically trying to say, listen, we don't meant to listen to you, you're meant to listen to us. So we're trying to correct the brother, man. That's love. The scripture says that's faithful. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, man. And also roughly paraphrasing.
It says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Faithful are the wounds. So we're trying to wound his pride, man. Because he had that pride. So we're trying to tell him, listen, humble down, and listen. But then he said, you're being disrespectful. You can't help the 2/3, man. You can't help them. But what's the one? This is a fool, man. No thank you. No thank you. This is Proverbs 23 verse 12. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. This is Proverbs 24 verse 7. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. Because you're not going to open your mouth to allow this wisdom to enter in. The scripture says, open thy mouth Jacob that have led out of Egypt, man. Proverbs 22 verse 17. Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if thou keep them within thee. They shall withal be fitted in thy lips, that thy trust may be in Yahweh. I have made known to thee this day, even to thee. Have not I written to thee excellent things in counsels and knowledge, that I might make thee know the certainty of the words of truth, that thou mayest answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee.
This is Proverbs 10 and 8. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prattling fool shall fall.
A rattling fool, his shall fall. So his judgment is to fall, man, and he's going to fall into our destruction. This is Proverbs 17 and 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Oh my days. But that guy. Yeah, man.
I've got something to go with.
Go on.
This is Ecclesiasticus 3
Yeah, I know there's one in the pocket.
and 28. It says, in the punishment of the proud, there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness have taken root in him. The heart of the prudent will understand the parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
An attentive ear. I mean, you have to be attentive, man. Meaning, you're on your toes, man. You're ready to hear.
There's another book.
You're ready.
There's another book here.
You know what I mean? Go on.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiasticus in chapter 3 again, verse 18, starting from 18. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord.
Right.
Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
See that? Mysteries is revealed to the meek. That guy was a meek. Even though he was cool. He didn't have that like he's better than you kind of spirit. Like he didn't have this like puffed up pride, but he was still proud though. See, pride can come in different shapes or forms, man. That guy was proud.
He was proud in himself. He believed on his own understanding. He didn't want to hear the Lord. He thought he knew more than the Lord.
Yeah. That's exactly where it was. And the Most High put the spirit upon him to walk down the street because he wasn't worthy. He wasn't worthy. Cast not their poles before swine. See, that's mad, you know. Even though you might have love for a brother, the Most High showed you he's swine. See, through the spirit, the Most High showing us who the swine is, man. Jesus Christ talk about try the spirits. How do you try the spirit? By revealing the word, because the word is sharp and powerful and discloses the intents of the heart, man. You can find out the intent, what's going on inside of a man, just by throwing the fish net at him, man. To see if he a good vessel or a bad one, man.
Good.
You say, yo, cool.
Is everybody good?
Yeah, man. All right. This is Proverbs 16 and 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. That's exactly that guy. Talking about love, man. Loving everybody. Joining hand. But he's still going to be unpunished because he doesn't want to understand the will of Yahweh Bashim Mashai. It's very important to hear the words of instruction. The scriptures talk about that repetitively. Like in Proverbs, the Bible is very repetitious, man. Very, because it's really trying to bang that into your head that you gotta listen to this, man. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Ecclesiasticus again, chapter 6, verse 32. It says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
You see that?
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Read that again. See, that's perfect one.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
If you love to hear. See, if you hear, you can receive. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said, he that have an ear to hear, let him hear. Because not every man has the ear to hear. Some man ears are uncircumcised. He feel like he already got it, man. You don't want to hear anymore. Because he think he can teach you. You're gonna say, if you love to hear, what did it say?
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
Thou shalt receive understanding. I was trying to help you to understand. What?
And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
If you bow down your ear, bow down meaning humble yourself. Thou shalt be wise. But he's still a fool, boy.
Verse 34 says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise.
That's who we are, man. Not trying to be boastful or prideful, but the Most High set up men. Cleave unto the elders and to him that is wise, man. Cleave unto them meaning you're not meant to let your foot depart from his steps, man. But look at our people, they think we're the fools, man. But they think it's the turn of things upside down. They think we're the fools. Go ahead.
Verse 35 says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
See that? But that guy wasn't looking for wisdom. If he was looking for wisdom, he would have listened, man. You know? This
Salam alaikum.
no.
What's he doing? What's the matter? What are you doing?
No, we're just teaching, that's
What
all.
are you teaching?
Some shit to black people, that's all. I'm thinking. This is our Proverbs chapter 15, verse 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. This is it. Proverbs 14, verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. Right.
There's a good one further down.
What?
Yeah, this is book of Surah.
Verse 12.
Go on.
No.
Alright, Surah chapter 6 and verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many.
Yeah. She's not manifest unto many. What did the angel say to Esdras? The second Esdras 8. Let me start from verse 55. In fact, you can.
It's like it's second is 8:55.
8 verse 55.
Might as well read this one.
Go on.
Proverbs 14 and 12, it says, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
And you can only bring out so many precepts at a time when you're talking to somebody, man. Because you're talking to him, innit? You know what I mean? You got precepts in your head, but there's so many precepts that come to your head, you can't just bring them all out. So you're talking to the nigga, innit? But that's one of the precepts that came to my head. That the way that he's thinking, it seems right to him. But ultimately, he's gonna be destroyed, man. Because he's being wise in his own, he's developing his own wisdom. Because I asked him, I said, where did you get that knowledge from before you came? I asked him, where did you get that knowledge from about, love and everything? He said, you gotta tap into your heart. You know what I mean? You gotta tap into your heart. And all of that stuff. I said, yeah, but Scripture says you're not meant to be wise in your own conceits, man.
That's that new age witchcraft.
Yeah. Basically doing as you please. That's all that was.
The heart pumps blood first and foremost.
Yeah.
Your heart, when the scripture's talking about your heart, it's talking about your mind.
Tap into your heart.
never open this morning.
The way he was wriggling around was depictive of the way he was trying to fit into society.
That's
He's not comfortable here, so that's why he's all twisted himself up trying to fit in.
Go on.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 55. It says, and therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, and scorn of his law, and forsook his ways.
Yeah, that's you so-called black people. You forsake the ways of God, man. You're your God, the God of your ancestors. You know what I mean? You forsake the Most High, and you take it into your mobile phone. The mobile phone is giving you wisdom. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be. Our people pay more attention to the worldly things than the spiritual things, man, because it's all foolishness to them. The scripture says, what did it say?
2 Ezra 8 verse 55. And therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
Yeah, because Ezra was very concerned with his people. That before you come to this truth, you got love for your people. That's really why you came to the truth, because this truth was concerning our people. The estate of our people is giving you the reason as to why we're so messed up. So then you ask questions, you know. But then it said, ask no more questions about the multitude of our people that are ultimately going to perish, man.
It says, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High.
Exactly. You so-called black people, you got liberty. You walking around, you buying things, yeah, on your phone. You know what I'm saying? You got your liberty. Go ahead.
It says, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, and thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways.
Right, so how do you despise God? Do you just sit there and say, oh, I hate God, I want to be a Satanist? You despise God by despising us, man. The Most High set up prophets that will bring out these words unto you, that will pour out these wisdom unto you, and you walk past because you think we're crazy.
But it shows how they think of themselves, because they don't respect, the men of the Lord up here standing and speaking these words, right? Because they're looking at, to them it's a reflection of themselves, and because they don't have any respect in this world.
Are you Christian?
Doesn't even want to answer.
Doesn't want to answer.
Doesn't even want to answer it.
You got time for the Bible? You got time for the Bible? I've called, but ye refused, man. It said that, what did it say?
It says, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, and thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways.
Yeah, because they want to do what they want to do. When you tell them about laws and commandments, you're telling them, listen, the Most High gave you a blueprint on what and what not to do. You got time for the Bible? You got time?
There's one more
The Most High won't have time for you.
One more verse.
All your children. Go on.
This sums up the point. It says, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous.
See that?
So they're basically treading us down when they walk past.
Exactly. Like you got more important things to do. That's idolatry, you know. Anything outside taking heed to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that's idolatry, because you're seeking after some other thing. There's some other thing you're concerned about. You're prioritizing over Yahweh Bashim Shai. What did the Most High say? It said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. But you want to put this world and all that is therein over the words of your father, man. But the Most High is jealous. You got time for the Bible? The Most High will time for you. But the same way he said, no, I ain't got time. The Most High going to turn around and say, I never knew you. This is not, this is spiritual, man. This world has deceived the majority of you people. You got time for the Bible? You know you're an Israelite, you know?
I just came back from church.
Yeah, but they're not teaching you you're an Israelite.
But I've got something anyway.
Let me finish.
Back in 2 Ezra 8:57.
Read to the end of that chapter.
Okay, can't. It says, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God. Yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them.
And yeah, he's got an effeminate, even though you can roll with women, but you can see he's influenced by them. He's got that effeminate, yeah.
When he first turned around, I thought it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So it says, read on.
It says, for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it is not his will that men should come to naught, but that which should be created hath defiled the name of him which made them, and they were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them.
See what I'm saying? Hey man, let's take a break from that. I'm telling you, the Most High made life for these people. The Most High clothed them. The Most High feed them. Still filming.
Yeah, but the battery's going to go snappy.
The Most High provide, man. The Most High provide for the birds. The Most High provide, isn't it?
Alright, 11
He's the ultimate provider. But these people, they're not thankful unto him. You're thankful unto Jesus Christ. See, you could go to church thinking you praise him, that that what you're doing seemeth right. But you're deceived, man. Scripture says, beware that thou be not deceived.
And I interject quickly. Because he turned around and said, I just came back from church, like, just because we enter into that building.
Yeah, that's God.
Like, that's it, your job done.
Yeah, exactly. Because our people, you know what I mean? They think well, that's it. As long as I go to church, I'm good. I mean, I could be wicked 6 days a week, but on that Sunday, as long as I go to church, it's all good, man. That's how our people think. Most High will not requite the wicked. Most High will destroy all your churches, I'm telling you. All your churches are going to be destroyed. Your mosques are going to be destroyed. You know.
It says, and therefore is my judgment now at hand.
Therefore, the Most High's judgment is now at hand. Go up because I like them this.
It says, 2 Ezra 8 and verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and they were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them.
Yeah, you defiled the name of Yahweh. You know how you defiled it by calling him Yahweh? Then you had the nerve to say that you could call him whatever you want to call him. And then the Most High's watching all your works, man. Even the things that come out your mouth. It's going to say, for your words, all the idle words, a man shall give an account for it. People are not concerned with spiritual things. People are not, it's going to say, they're not discerning the times, man. Do you know the times you're in?
Huh?
You know the times you're in?
It's 4 o'clock.
No, the times you're in, man. The times we're in. Playing games, man. Who's going to be destroyed for that? 4
Well,
o'clock.
that shows you can't discern the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You asked me the question, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, you answered. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
I think he could be 2 minutes away from his own death.
Exactly.
That could be discerning. Shall I read on?
You know what time he did? And that's right. He could have been sick and said, "No, I don't." And we would have showed him.
That's his woman, we don't know what he was asleep.
Yeah.